Welcome to The Pack, your gateway to the world of Patricia Briggs and the Mercyverse, where shifters, vamps, and fae rule. Magic hums just beneath the surface, and danger is always one heartbeat away. Now, let's run with the pack. Here are your hosts.
Welcome back to the Pack Podcast, and we're all kind of feeling a little like today. Although we should be feeling more like, As our topic this month is love. Love is in the air. We welcome back to the microphone Hasna. Good afternoon, morning.
Good afternoon, morning, everyone, or good evening.
Good evening in your case. Linda, who is, I was going to say you were on drugs, but you are on drugs.
I am, just a little psychedelic rock star over
on Our little NyQuil, ninny over there. What are you? A NyQuil? What's illiterate?
I don't know. Don't be asking me any hard questions today, please.
I hope you get feeling better as we go through this, because I think we're going to have some fun today. The Pack Podcast, and I'm Greg, by the way, just in case anybody gives a rip. It's been an interesting last month in the whole world, and we were just doing a little political airing of laundry here just before we stopped and started things going. And the world is in a weird place right now, but the Mercyverse is always here to yank us back, and I'm excited about it. One other thing I'm excited about, and I'm going to cross the streams here just a little bit to give a Ghostbusters reference. Jim Butcher's new 12 Months book just came out, book 18 in the Dresden series. I picked it up the other day and just have cracked the cover last evening. And I know that Patty and Jim are friends, and it's nice to see a Dresden book back on the shelves again. I mean, Butcher was my gateway to Patty.
I'm actually looking forward to the latest Hidden Legacy novella by Ilona Andrews. That's coming out. It should be coming out this week, but there might be a delay.
Speaking of delays, we were just talking about this prior to. There's a bit of a delay happening in Patty's world. Is that right, Hasna?
Yes. So we've been getting a lot of questions about the status of the graphic audio books for the Mercy Thompson series. The thing is, they are waiting for the rights for Fire Touch, and they will get that later this year. So hopefully it should be sometime this summer, or it could be in the autumn, but then they will continue with the rest of the series. And some people have also asked about the status of the Alpha and Omega books. And if the Mercy series does really well, they will continue with the Alpha and Omega books. So just to let everyone know, they will continue, but there has been a delay because of rights issues.
All right. So if you want Alpha and Omega books,
By the Mercy Thompson.
The Mercy Thompson.
Yeah.
And they're really good. I've been really... I'm enjoying them, and I love the Ilona Andrews one. Janine Frost has a really good series that they picked up, so I really it gives it another kind of like tone. It's like basically like a radio in your mind. That's so it's good idea.
It works from my world because I'm an audio guy. I've spent time doing audio books, and I have also done radio plays and a lot of those kind of things. It's to me like an audio book, is like the next step up from reading it ourselves. If you don't have the time to read, then you can plug it in and listen to it and somebody else doing it. But these books that they're doing, the audio versions of these books are like, almost watching television without the TV on. It's all the sound effects, it's multiple voices, it's layers of music, it's all those kind of things, and it's just an enhancement on somebody just reading an audio book. And I love them. I think they're absolutely wonderful.
they're like really visceral, and you really can imagine it. So, yeah, so they are coming. They haven't stopped. So, because a lot of people like thinking, oh, has it stopped? Or, so it's coming. It's just later in the year.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and
Okay.
it should be actually a good second half, because hopefully we'll then get the next Alpha and Omega book stayed at that time as well.
All right, sounds good. Quick shout out to those folks that have signed on to Patreon. We appreciate you very, very much. Elizabeth Willis, Jessica Major, Rowan Lee. It's kind of an unusual. Rowan Lee, Vanessa Henson, and Haley Dawson. Thank you all so much for signing up on Patreon and getting involved in that. And Linda, are you still with us?
Still here.
Okay,
Still
I just
kicking.
wanted to make sure you weren't snoring back there in the background. What was it you were just saying? Hasn't people are taking like food and
Yeah,
doing it in NyQuil? Is that?
Basically marinating chicken and baking it in NyQuil. I'm like, what?
Oh my god!
So I just wanted to make sure that
It's like
Linda
TikTok's
had
trend.
had her NyQuil for the day.
Yeah, like gloopy green. Like, no. Why?
There you go. Why is the answer. Hey guys, I wanted to talk. This is the February version of the Pack Podcast, and I don't know which one of you it was that suggested we should talk about couples and love, but I think it's a great idea. Obviously, if we jump into this whole idea, the first couple that comes to mind is the Mercy and Adam, but I'd like to kind of hold them off if we can just a little bit to look at some of the others. What's the first one? If we take Adam and Mercy off the board, what's the first ones that comes to your mind, Linda?
Well, I'd say my favorite in the actual Mercyverse is Warren and Kyle.
Oh yeah,
And
Yes.
then I would go to Elena and Jack from the Shifting Shadows, the Vampire and the Ghost short story, Grey. It's a story that I go back to quite often. I find it very romantic and tragic, so I like that one a lot.
wow.
Mine is like potential, like, it's Honey and Gary. Like, I was actually listening to the audiobook for Winter Lost a couple of days ago, and it's pretty obvious, like, they are the end game, but it's the journey going there, because he's waiting for her, but it's like he's waited for her. And I just think that's an interesting pairing, because he's like, in some ways they're kind of counterpart to Adam and Mercy, but different. So I would love to see that dynamic when that happens, because I think they're so interesting.
Yeah, I love them too.
Yeah. He's such a good character as well, like, because she's like the stoic, like, she's basically an alpha werewolf, but she doesn't want to become like an alpha werewolf. But he's like chaos incarnate, but like a grumpy one, because like he's been through it. While Mercy kind of was like protected from the chaos that Coyote has brought to him, because like. So it's going to be an interesting pairing just to see that happen. I think it's like the dynamics is amazing.
What do you guys feel about? This is maybe a little unusual one. What about Mercy and Stefan?
I've never seen them as a romantic pairing.
No,
No,
you don't get that there's feelings from either of them.
I think Stefan maybe has feelings for Mercy, but I don't think Mercy has ever had romantic feelings towards Stefan.
The way I see it, it's like idealized love, because you got to remember, Stefan is from an era of the Renaissance, yeah? So you've got that romantic, courtly, idealized kind of like tone to it. And I think, because she's his touchstone to keep his humanity, I think, and like he's learned a lot of things from her, and I think he wants to retain that element of his of that humanity to keep him grounded, because the rest of the Seath are just like a bunch of psychos.
Yeah, and Mercy is very rooted in practicality. And you
Yeah.
see that a lot
Yeah.
when you see...
And she's very loyal.
Yeah, when you see Adam's romanticized kind of Mercy put on a pedestal, she's like, no, we don't do that. It's like, I'm very real. So it's like, don't put me on a pedestal because, that's not how our relationship works.
And they're still working through stuff as well, like with Adam and Mercy. Even though like they've been together for a few years now and they've known each other for over a decade, it's still it's like their mating bond. It's kind of uneven sometimes, and they will get to that point where there'll be an equilibrium where they'll connect properly, but they're still working through stuff. And it's because of the external politics and the internal politics as well of the werewolf packs and stuff like that. So, but with Stefan...
So what do you think, Greg?
Yeah.
Do you see that romance there?
I actually, from a guy standpoint, I do. Even though he is what he is, I mean, he's very old. He's had many lovers. You can throw Marsilia in there. Does he love her? Does she love him? But I feel like there's this maybe repressed love. Now, if it's a romantic love or whether it's just, I love you because of what you've done, that's how I look at it. I feel like there is something there, but I don't see Mercy picking up on it. She loves him for the friend that he is.
I think she knows. And even Adam picks up on it. Adam has picked on it. Like there's a line in one of the books where he goes, "You do know he's a little bit in love with you." He is aware of this. She's oblivious to it because I think subconsciously she
chooses to be oblivious to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't want to acknowledge that because it makes it uncomfortable. And like when he has like he's kissed her several times and his in Bloodbound where they first did the blood bond and he was whispering loving words to her. That's when probably Adam and Samuel probably picked up on that. So the thing is, love is messy, emotions are messy, so you can't really say, oh, it's that. I think if she was open to it, then yeah, Stefan would be like, oh wow, yeah, but he knows that she'll never do it. She'll never embark on a relationship with him because one, he's a vampire. And she can't see him, and she doesn't see him in that way. But I do think there is some kind of tension there, and I think that's one of the reasons why their bond is so strong.
Well, I think it's sad that their friendship has suffered because of the bond that's been created, because it's essentially taking away some of her autonomy.
Yeah, it's because
and so she feels that, right, and she craves her independence. And so every time that bond tightens, she pushes further and further away from him, and their friendship suffers, right?
But she also uses it from time to time.
Yes.
Don't you think?
Well, it's a weapon, right?
It's a weapon, yeah. But it's an uneven thing. And you've got to remember, she's got PTSD, not just from the assault. It's Blackwood. It's her will being taken away. And that's happened several times with the Fairy Queen as well. And that is something where she feels like she's not in control, because she's a bit of a control freak as well, like Adam. And when she's lost that control, she's like, I can't handle this. And I don't blame her for feeling like that. And Stefan realizes that, and he has given her space, But with that in mind, and also being with a vampire, unless if you're kind of totally immune, you're not on an equal footing. Even though her magic is like gives her some protection, it doesn't fully protect her as well.
There are so many couplings. Patty uses that, past loves. There's a lot of past loves that Mercy and Samuel. And so you look at Bran, and Bran's, these are old creatures. They've had loves how many different times over the years? A seal.
Yes. He's had like several relationships post his mate. So, because like he had a son with another woman. So, I it depends. I think because it depends if you're mated, it's a stronger bond. And what I find really interesting, and which I'm really curious to see, is Bran and Leah, and how that turns out, because it would, yeah, it's so messy. I love it.
That's a contest. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so messy, and Bran has issues. I mean, like, he instantly mates with like dying women.
Yeah,
so
he has no impulse control.
Yeah, and it's not an equal footing. It's not healthy, and that's one of the themes in the books, where the relationships that are healthy are the ones who are more of an equal, respectful footing. So you've got Anna and Charles, where they kind of fit like puzzle pieces, where, you know, their strengths and weaknesses go together. Same with Mercy and Adam, where there's kind of like working through like the external and the internal issues that they have, but they work as a team. They fully back each other up. But with Bran and Leah, you're not getting that. And I think now there's like this fracture that's happened, and Bran realizes this, and I'm really just interesting to see the growth between them.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Yeah, I think a lot of people, just to step aside a little bit, with the seal, a lot of people I think were really sad, or, you know, to see that Sage turned out to be a villain and was killed, because I think a lot of people shipped a seal and Sage together.
Not gonna lie, I didn't really like Sage. Sorry, I just did. So
I'm not saying you specifically, Hasna. I'm just saying some people.
No, but I didn't think, not like
I didn't care for them together, but I think it was a shock to a lot of people when she turned out to be a bad guy, because he was thinking about becoming lovers, you know, so that was on the, you know, on his mind, I guess.
And the fact that she calls Charles Charlie, that kind of like weighed a bit on me. Yeah.
But yeah, he's better. He's better with a spoiler alert, Ruby.
There's a character flaw. There you go. Well, you look at all the sub characters, and we did the whole episode on sub characters, and it's just a part of Patty's writing that I think makes her world so much richer, is there is a depth to all of these characters. You know, you look at Jesse. You know, Jesse's still just a kid at this point, but, you know, is she in Aiden? You know, is there something there?
No,
you don't think so?
Brother and sister.
Brother and sister.
Yeah.
No.
No, I don't see any relationship there other than a sibling one.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually kind of like the pairing between her and Tad, but I don't know if that's going to happen.
Her and Tad? Yeah.
Yeah, I do like Jesse and Tad together. A lot of people tried to get that kind of sibling vibe from it, and I never got a sibling vibe from it.
I'm seeing best friends kind of vibe.
Maybe I don't like Izzy, so I guess we'll see how it turns out.
I'm very distrustful of Izzy and her mother. I don't know. I just feel like there's something there.
Okay.
I hope not. But
just mark this point.
Yeah.
Put a tab in it.
That's just my personal opinion. So
there are the obvious ones, obviously, of Mercy and Adam, and if we cross over to Alpha and Omega, obviously we're looking at Anna and Charles.
Yeah.
And that's one that in having read those books relatively recently, for me, it struck me as funny that Charles just knew the first second that he saw Anna. It was like in my head, he just knew that's what was going to happen.
Do you know what? I really do think that the Alpha and Omega novella is one of the most romantic stories ever. There's something magical about that novella as a romance, and I think Patty really captured that feel of that instant love, and it felt realistic.
Yeah,
because it's like I want you, I'm in love with you, and the growth between them where it wasn't like I read a lot of romances, and sometimes you get like we call it insta love, or and it doesn't work. But this one, there's like an emotional growth as well as the tension between them. But at the same time, it was like instant, but at the same time, it was slow moving. And then both throughout the course of the 6 or 7 books, it's like they're finding their feet, and they just like really connect really well. And I think it's like one of the best relationships in the series.
Yeah, and I think that, comparatively trope-wise, it's like very, like you said, insta-love, where I think Mercy and Adam are more, maybe, I don't want to say enemies to lovers, like slow burn, sort of.
It's more slow burn,
adversarial.
Yeah. But they had tension from the beginning, I think. It's just that they didn't want to acknowledge it. And I think that's one of the reasons.
Over the fence, the over the fence adversary, Yeah.
And I think maybe Christy kind of picked up on that as well. Like, they wouldn't act on it, but I think it's. And another reason, Adam was never mated to Christy. And my feelings about her, like, she's a raging narc. So, And
agree.
Don't sugarcoat it.
No, well, she is. She's like a character with like you get your fingers on the blackboard, like. And I'm pretty sure quite a few people would feel the same way. But she's a good character where to play off a lot of tension and drama, And sometimes,
I think we're done with what she brings to the party.
Yeah, I agree. But sometimes you need that to shake things up a bit because things get complacent and boring. But yeah, she's a bit too much sometimes. I do think that. But there are people like that in real life, as we all know. So it's not.
Do you get the feeling with Adam and Mercy? I mean, she's a shapeshifter. She's a walker, and Adam is a werewolf, and it's like bringing that strange person to the party, to the family affair that everybody looks at and goes, "Oh, he brought her." Do you feel like, is that the reason why they are so tight?
It's instinct with the pack, because like they see her as an outsider, and another thing that she's not wolf. But she's also a magical being, and she's a shifter. So, and the fact that he brought her into the pack was like putting the pigeon, like the cat amongst the pigeons kind of thing. And the thing is, she balances him out, and he needs that. He can be himself. He can relax. He's with her, because he always has to maintain control with the other pack members and show that he's an authoritative figure. And like with Winterlost, you see elements of where he's like really vulnerable about her, because like he's really concerned because, spoilers, the effects of the previous books, she's like under the influence of the soul taken. She's very vulnerable, and she needs to be healed because she's like basically kind of like broken. And I love that he shows that elements of vulnerability there as well, because she's his touchstone, and he really needed that. He needed something where he needs to be grounded, just like Stefan. She grounds him, and he can be himself. He can joke. He can be relaxed and laugh, and just let go of all that tension that he has to maintain. And she releases that by antagonizing him sometimes, arguing with him, as well as like basically getting on with the nudges. But and he could not do that with Christy. Christy was always like poking a needle at him and like putting him down and affecting his esteem, because the one thing that I love about the books, it's the alpha trope where in this series is not just like I'm big and strong. The alpha trope is like I am a protector. I have to make sure that I have to take care of everyone, and sometimes Adam takes, to his detriment, takes care of people above his own interests, and that's why we see that with being cursed and stuff, because he sees himself as a monster, and Mercy accepts him fully. She doesn't care whether about his werewolf, about him being a werewolf or being cursed or anything, because she accepts him fully, and he needs that.
Do you feel like it's that case of forbidden love? What do you think, Linda? Is that an important part of this?
What, with Mercy and Adam?
Mercy and Adam, yeah.
No, I think they're just, two people who found each other, that, found common ground and just want to be together, are going to fight to be together. Yeah. I don't think there's anything, forbidden about it. I think the forbidden part is probably the Samuel end of it, where she knew that wasn't quite right, but pursued it anyway. Wasn't going to go anywhere there. No.
The thing about Samuel, he never really kind of accepted her for her. Like, if they did embark, if she went away with him as a teenager, she would be a totally different person. And
I think very much like Christy.
I can see that.
So.
Yeah.
I think it would suppress elements of a personality, like, you can't do this, or like it's too dangerous, or because like she said that he would wrap her cotton wool. He's
a lot like Stefan in the way that he perceives Mercy. I think puts her on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Doesn't see her as, a real woman, more like,
with
someone.
Laws. Yeah.
Yeah. More
abilities
romantic
as well. Yeah. And have you noticed, like, she's learning more stuff and abilities from herself, and learning. She's evolving. Her abilities are evolving, but at the same time, she's changed as a person from the first few books to the last few books, and that's with being with Adam, And I don't think she would become the person that she is if she ever had embarked in a relationship with Stefan or Samuel. And I don't think her and Samuel would have worked long term. I don't think, or she'll be like a totally different person.
Yeah. But I think in the future, couples that I'd like to see explored more, I'd like definitely more Warren and Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was really nice to see them have that little bit in Winter Lost with the car, which is pretty funny. But yeah, in Red with Pearls is another one of my favorite short stories I go back to a lot, because Warren's just delightful in that one.
I agree. They're such a great couple, and I hope we get more, like another short story or even a novella with them, And
you never know.
I want to see them married as well, like eventually. Like, I know that, so that'd be good to see.
So my question for you, the listeners, is: what do you think of this conversation? Who do you like? What couples do you like? Where would you like to see some of these couples go as the books?
Who do you want to see break up?
Yeah, who do you want to see?
Tony and Sylvia.
Now.
He deserves better.
What's that?
He deserves better.
He deserves better. Okay. All right.
Well, she's stupid. Like, she's being... I'm sorry.
Don't sugarcoat it, Hasna.
Yeah.
I never sugarcoat things. Like,
no, you never
stupid.
do.
Like, she's so proud of herself. It's like... you've got another chance of love. There's this guy that love and respects you, and he's a good guy, and she's like, no, I'm not. No.
Could you imagine if Patty went the Z and Sylvia route?
No.
Because Z had a little spark going with her.
Yeah.
So I was like, shut it down.
And Patty's just the kind of person. She's just the kind of person that might do something like that. You just never know.
You never
especially
know.
When she's like, yeah, especially when she's like, I don't like supernatural people. She ends up with Steve. No, I can't see that happening.
All right, folks, it's the Pack Podcast, and I looked at my time and I went, "Holy Moses, we've knocked 30 minutes in the head just like that." And it's an awesome conversation, and I think that's something that Patty just loves to tease us with these kind of things, and you just never know. You never know where things might wind up going. So maybe Coyote and somebody that would be kind of.
Oh, you know what I would like to see actually. I know, and this is not good.
What?
But no, but if you want to have a bit of chaos, and I can see Patty doing this actually. I can see, I can envision her smiling evilly. Margie finding out about Coyote.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might happen down the road.
Yeah.
That's going to be a blowout.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
never know. All right. Hey, if you want to get in on the conversation, drop over to, as I segue away here, drop over to Patreon. We'd love to have you drop in and check out some of the Patreon. We have multiple levels that you can get involved with. It's time for us to do another Patreon chat session too, so we need to get one of those.
Discord. We've got a Discord. Don't forget our
Discord. We've got the
Discord
session. Yeah, be sure and pop over to one of those places, and we'll put those links in the show notes, and we can go from there. So, what a great episode of love being in the air. I hear Paul Young singing in the background, which is love is in the air.
I hope everyone has a fantastic Valentine's Day as well.
I hope
Ditto.
you have an entire great month.
Yes.
Hasna, I hope things are working out for you, and you learn to sugarcoat things a little better.
No.
Linda, I hope
kicking.
I hope you, you're still kicking. I hope that you've figured out how to, get the NyQuil and feel better as soon as possible. And with that, guys, anything else we need to cover before we get out of here?
No, take care, all.
All right. Say bye, Hasna.
Bye.
All right. We'll see you next month, folks. Thanks for listening.
The shadows are stirring, and our time together has drawn to a close, at least for now. But the pack is never far away. When the moon rises again, we'll be here waiting. Thanks for running with the pack. The Pack Podcast is a Grail Productions show. Copyright 2026. Hearog Incorporated. All rights reserved.